Every morning, I make my coffee. I tie this bow tie, or another one. I write a short list of what I want to do that day. And it's a small routine. It doesn't take me very long, but if I skip it, the day kind of feels off. And just like that routine sets the tone for my day, your English practice can do the same. You don't need 2 hours a day. You need 10 minutes every day. A simple and repeatable habit that keeps your English sharp, keeps your confidence up, and your brain in gear. So, you can think of it kind of like this bow tie. One loop done right every day, and suddenly you're ready for anything. Today I will show you how to build a 10-minute English habit that actually works without burning out. And be sure to stick around for the Mastery Minute. There's a phrase coming up that's all about change. And if you've got a question about your English habit, drop it in the comments or in the chat, and I will try to answer a few questions at the end of the show. Let's get started. So let me tell you about Grace. Grace is not her real name, but she's a project manager from Taiwan. She's busy, very busy. 3 kids, works long hours. And she used to say to me, I just don't have time to study English. And honestly, she was right. So, we made a new plan. Every weekday morning, right after brushing her teeth, she listened to short English podcasts while preparing breakfast. That's it. No notes, no pressure. After a few weeks, she started repeating phrases out loud, getting them stuck in her mind. Then she added a journal line, 1 sentence about her day. 6 months later, her teammates were complimenting her emails. 1 year later, she gave a project update in English to her international team. And here's the thing. Grace didn't start with hours of study or expensive classes or textbooks. She just built a habit that worked for her busy life. And if she could do it with 3 kids and a full-time job, so can you. So, what made the difference? What was it? A habit. A small one, built into her day. So let's break down how you can do the same. All right? So here we go. I'm not going to talk to Mr. Chip today. Mr. Chip is, he's too talkative. He takes too much time out of our busy schedule. So let's talk about consistency. People almost always think that they need more time to improve their English. But what they really need is a system. 10 minutes a day can actually do more for your English skill than an hour or 2 once a week, if you make it a habit and stay consistent. It's all about that consistency. Consistency beats volume every time. It's kind of like brushing your teeth. You could say brush your teeth once a week for an hour, but would that be an effective way to keep your teeth clean? No, because we do it 2, or in Korea we do it 3 times a week, 3 times a day, excuse me. So that consistency is the only way that you can really protect your habit or protect your teeth. The same goes with your English. So I'm going to go over a simple 3-step formula that you can start today to start building your consistency. So, number 1, trigger plus time. So, what you can do is use a daily action as your cue or your trigger, something that already happens like clockwork. For Grace, it was brushing her teeth. For you, it might be drinking your first cup of coffee. By the way, there's a link in the description. Buy me a cup of coffee if you appreciate my sessions. I'd appreciate it. All right. So, yeah, it could even be waiting for the bus or feeding your pet. So this is a technique called habit stacking. You attach a new habit to something you're already doing. So you can think of the existing action as the anchor for your new habit. The more consistent the anchor, the more consistent your habit will become. So for example, you could, while you're waiting for your morning coffee to brew, you can review vocabulary flashcards, if that's your thing, or read a short article. On your commute, you can listen to a short podcast, an English podcast, or listen to a short English podcast and try to shadow or mirror the speaker. Listen and repeat. As you brush your teeth, it's hard to talk, but you can mentally rehearse a conversation you might have that day in English, like we talked about a couple of episodes when you're talking to yourself. You can do that in your head while you're brushing your teeth. Habit stacking works because it removes the need for decision making. And pairing your habit with something that's already automatic, like brushing your teeth or feeding your dog, means that you'll remember it effortlessly. And over time, it becomes second nature, like tying your shoes or your bow tie. So, that's step 1. Step 2 is one of my favorite things, simple. Simple and specific. I love the expression, keep it super simple. It's the KISS rule, and this applies here. Choose one thing, just one, something that is so easy and specific that it feels almost too small to fail. So remember, the goal is not perfection, it's momentum, okay? It may not feel like much, but it goes a long way. Here's a few examples. You might listen to 5 minutes of a podcast while you're getting dressed or getting ready. You can read one news article and highlight just one phrase or sentence that you didn't know before. Great place for a news article is on my website, allaboutenglishmastery.com. I do 3 articles every day, 3 new articles, and a daily blog as well. What else can you do? Talk to yourself about your to-do list for the day. And bonus points if you say it out loud. Write one sentence in a journal. It could be anything. It could be what you're planning, how you feel, or what the weather's like. It doesn't matter. It's just the practice of writing. Okay? Watch a short YouTube clip and repeat one sentence out loud, mimicking the speaker's tone. So the key is to make it a small thing and a measurable thing. Instead of saying, I'll practice English, say, I'll listen to this 1 3-minute video and repeat one sentence. You can measure that easily. When you're doing this, here's your pro tip. Make it so simple that you can't skip it. Like brushing your teeth. You don't overthink it. You just do it. Okay? Our last technique here is called track and celebrate. Make a system to keep yourself accountable and motivated. I do this. I put an X on my calendar every time I do the habit that I want to do. It is a habit tracking exercise. You can also use habit tracking apps that you can download on your phone. Or some people put stickers on their planners for the days when they complete the task. The visual cues make your progress visible to you, and they give your brain a little hit of dopamine every time you show up. What's dopamine? That's the hormone that makes you feel good. So boom, you feel good. Now the other part of this is celebrate. We're not just tracking. Say yes, nice when you finish, or reward with something small after a full week of consistency. A fancy coffee maybe, or an extra break, or a post on your progress. You could put a post on X or on Instagram, anything like that, to show that you're proud of yourself. And tell a friend, or better yet, build a streak together with a friend. It's amazing how accountability turns a solo habit into a shared success story. So Grace, she marked a check each day in her planner and gave herself a weekend treat after 5 days in a row. I had a student named Diego who used a free app to track his podcast listening. And seeing his 21-day streak made him feel unstoppable. Right, because 21 days is all it takes to start building a habit. You can even create a celebration phrase, something that you say every time, like boom, English complete. This will help you anchor your success emotionally. Celebrating helps to reinforce long-term motivation by connecting your daily habit to a positive emotional response. Your brain starts to associate English practice with success and satisfaction. Now remember, consistency beats intensity. Consistency beats intensity. If you do 10 minutes every day, you'll outgrow someone who studies 2 hours once a month. It's like exercise for your brain. The daily reps are what matters. Each day that you do it, the next day builds on top of that, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And if you ever fall off, that's okay. Just restart again. There's no need to feel guilty, no need for a bunch of drama. Just, loop that bow tie again and keep going. The win is in the comeback. So, your challenge is this. Choose one tiny English habit that we talked about today. Do it every day for a week. Then come back, drop a comment down in the comment section on the replay of this video and tell us what you choose. I'll share a few favorites in next week's show if you share them with me. And if you've got a question about building your habit or choosing the right practice activity, drop that in the comments too. I'll answer a few of them live on the show right after the Mastery Minute. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who wants to grow their English the smart way. And remember, for free resources, regular tips, head over to the allaboutEnglishMastery.com. That's my website. Join the newsletter, and you can read the article from the original letter as well. All right, speaking of the Mastery Minute, here we go, the Mastery Minute. Here we go. This one is a simple idiom. Today's idiom is break the habit. Break the habit has been a phrase that's been used since the early 1900s. Some people even used to say, kick the habit, but break the habit was the original. Break. We often use this back in the days in the context of quitting smoking or other addictive behaviors. But over time, it's taken on a broader meaning in everyday conversation. Now it refers to stopping any repeated action that no longer serves you, especially when it clears the way for better habits or forward momentum or growth. So at first, it might sound negative, like you're trying to stop something. And that is true sometimes. But in English, break the habit is also used in a positive way, to escape a routine that might be holding you back. It could be a bad habit, like, I don't know, procrastinating. I'll share the slide with you. It could be checking your phone every 2 minutes. That's a bad habit. But it could also be a neutral habit, like always starting your day with social media instead of something that helps you grow. Not necessarily a bad habit, but not very helpful for your future self. So I used to scroll, for example, I used to scroll Instagram for 20 minutes every morning. Then I broke the habit and started listening to English podcasts instead. Huge difference. That's broke the habit. So if you're trying to start a new habit, like a 10-minute English routine, you might also need to break an old one. One small change can make a big difference and make space for something even better in your life. So, coming up next time, we are going to talk on Wednesday night, same time, about sounding more professional in English. I will share a list of go-to phrases that can instantly upgrade your tone, whether you're writing emails, speaking in meetings, or just trying to sound more polished and confident. If you've ever worried about coming across as too casual or too stiff, this is the one for you. Don't miss it. So, thank you very much for tuning in to 15-Minute Mastery. Remember, small habits grow big fluency. Stick with it, and I'll see you next time.